Welcome to You're Not Alone, a podcast dedicated to exploring the journeys of those who strive to achieve the impossible and find connection in their pursuit of fulfillment. I am your host, Joshua Watkins, and in this episode, we are set to embark on a historical journey into the heart of the women's suffrage movement in the United States. We'll explore the obstacles they faced, the achievements they made, and the legacy they left behind. Today we journey back in time to a pivotal period in history when the women's suffrage movement began gaining momentum. A fight initiated to grant women the right to vote that lasted nearly a century. The battle wasn't easy and faced numerous challenges, notwithstanding internal dissensions. However, the defining moment arrived on August 18, 1920, when the 19th Amendment to the Constitution got ratified. This amendment asserted that just like men, women too deserved all the rights and responsibilities of citizenship. Our exploration takes us back to the decades before the Civil War, when the campaign for women's suffrage started in earnest. The era saw a significant shift in societal norms, with many reform groups and anti-slavery organizations proliferating across the United States. Women, who were thought to be suited for the home and family, stepped out to play pivotal roles in these movements, thereby challenging societal norms. This marked the beginning of a radical shift in the perception of women and their role within society. In 1848, the Seneca Falls Convention marked a significant milestone in the women's rights movement in America. Organized by Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott, this gathering led to the creation of the Declaration of Sentiments, an instrumental document that boldly stated that all men and women were created equal. Notable activists like Susan B. Anthony provided a significant contribution to the movement. Together with Stanton, they led the National Woman Suffrage Association, advocating for a universal suffrage amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Although the Civil War temporarily stalled the women's rights movement, the end of the war brought renewed enthusiasm towards suffrage. The issue of citizenship and voting rights came to the forefront with the 14th and 15th Amendments. Despite internal divisions, both groups proceeded to work towards the common goal, advancement of women's rights. Their efforts were further propelled forward by black suffragists like Sojourner Truth and Ida B.Wells. Let's now turn our gaze to the remarkable events that marked the suffrage movement. Suffragists staged pickets in front of the White House and marched across Greenwich Village. Their contribution during World War I showcased their patriotism, strengthening their cause. The final push in the suffrage movement came with the Winning Plan by Carrie Chapman Catt and the efforts of the National Woman's Party under Alice Paul. Their perseverance and resilience finally reaped rewards with the ratification of the 19th Amendment. As we wrap up our journey, let's reflect on the resilience and determination of the women of the suffrage movement. Their indomitable spirit led to the successful outcome of their fight, and left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and remind us of the importance of participating in our democratic process. If you have thoughts on this episode or reflections on how these rights have impacted your life, I invite you to send me a message as we continue this important conversation. Thanks for joining me, Joshua Watkins, on the You're Not Alone podcast. For any links or articles mentioned in today's episode, check the show notes. Until we meet again, remember, you're not alone in your journey. Keep striving and stay strong.